We're going to do a little warm-up based on yesterday's notes. Where we stopped in the notes yesterday is where we're going to stop in the notes yesterday, and I'm going to give you an assignment that's shorter than what it was going to be. So we're going to cut this little section into a smaller piece because it's going to get out of hand, I'll be honest. So this is the main thing you need to know. It's called end behavior. Okay, now I'm showing you this warm-up very specifically because eventually you're going to have a quiz where you got to do just this. Okay, so kind of giving you a little foretaste, a little forewarning about what you need to know. And I think you'll understand it. It's not that bad. Okay, so this is what you're also going to do on today's assignment. It's not very long. Can you sketch a function and then describe the end behavior? Okay, so first of all, can you put this in your calculator and graph it? Okay, so when you do put it in your calculator, so cutting to the chase, if you look at the board here, okay, when you plug this in, you get this graph. Okay, now how many bends does this have? Okay, there's two vertices where it kind of turns directions, right? Okay, now what's the end behavior? Do you remember what that word means? What's it? Right. So on the as x goes to the left towards negative infinity, what's the end behavior? What's happening over here? It's going up towards positive infinity. Okay, and more people looking over here. You look over here. Phone addictions. Right now, as x goes to the right to positive infinity, what's happening? See how the graph's going down to negative infinity. Okay, so on your warm-up, you want to do a little sketch of this. Does everyone see that graph? We're going to do a little sketch real quick. It's not going to be perfect, but there you go. Okay. I want you to notice this notation. This is very important. So is everyone like locked in? Notice this notation. This says as x arrow infinity. That means as your x is going towards infinity, which way is infinity on the x-axis? So it's not up or down, because that's y. For x, which way is infinity? Which direction? Here's an x-axis. Which direction is infinity? To the right, because infinity is positive. Does that make sense? So positive infinity is going to the right. So you tell me, as this graph goes to the right, what's happening at the very end of it? Someone besides him. Everyone else, y'all with me? As we go x to infinity, as we go to the right, do you see how it's going down? Yeah? Okay. What? Right. So the direction y is going is negative infinity. Okay. I know it's going down, duh, but we can say negative infinity is the direction. Does everyone hear me say this? Because I know yesterday we used up or down, but we're going to replace the word up with positive infinity. We're going to replace the word down with negative infinity. That's the big tweak. Okay. Now look at the next little section, right? That next little section, it says as x goes to negative infinity. Which direction is negative infinity on the x-axis? Left. Okay. So as this graph is going to the left, at the end, what's happening here? It's going up. What's another word for up using the math symbols here? Positive infinity. Okay. So again, when it says x is going to infinity, that means as it goes to the right, what's happening? As x goes to negative infinity, that means as it's going to the left, what's happening? Okay. So again, I'm showing you this because you're going to, I promise, have a multiple choice question with these symbols in the future. So it's not going to use the word up, it's not going to use the word down, but can you figure this out? Towards infinity means go to the right. Down means negative infinity. Negative infinity means going to the left. Up means positive infinity. Okay? These are the things that I would like for you to do on this 7.2. Now look, This is where, if you're not listening, it's going to burn you. So is everyone listening? Okay. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to tell you not to do the whole thing. So you're going to have to mark on here what ones to do. Okay. So this is a two-sided paper. It's a lot of junk. So I'm going to only ask you to do numbers 1 through 8. When you get this piece of paper, you can actually hear my voice. You should write on there, only do 1 through 8. You can scratch out 9 through 15 or whatever it is. Okay, or you can just circle 1 through 8, however you want to do it. But I'm telling you, if you get to number 9, you'll probably be like, what the heck is this? Because you didn't go over it. And that's fine. I'm not asking you to do number 9. Because I've said it like 4 times already. That you only have to do numbers 1 through 8. Right now, on your paper, you should make that little, make a mark, make a note that you're doing numbers 1 through 8. I think I've said that like 1 through 8 times, that you're only going to do 1 through 8. Is that cool? Okay. Okay. So I'm going to get that next. So everybody, you're going to do 1 through 8, just like the warm-up. Can you do it like the warm-up, where you describe the end behavior? Okay. I'm going to leave this on the board in case you still need it. But since it's Friday, I know we've only had 2 legit warm-ups because Monday you should have wrote sub. Tuesday, Wednesday you should have wrote no school. We had one yesterday. We had one today. You want to make sure your actual name is on it. I'm going to come pick them up, and then I want you to work on what numbers on this? 1 through 8. Now you have to do all of them. Okay. But and then if you saw your grade was kind of low and you saw your test grade was kind of low, you're going to do corrections today. I'm going to get that to you in a minute here. Okay. Here we go.